Welcome back to Root and Restore, an Ayurvedic way of life. I'm Chloe and I am so grateful you are here. Let's take a moment to arrive. Take a nice, gentle, soft inhale, drawing the breath all the way in, and a nice, slow exhale. As you begin to inhale and slowly exhale, notice the space in between. The breath coming in, the expansion through the body, maybe a gentle pause at the top, and then a nice, long, slow exhale, releasing, letting go, allowing your body to relax, to release. Today we begin exploring one of the most foundational teachings of Ayurveda, the Doshas, the energetic forces that live within us and all around us. They shape how we think, move, feel, digest, rest, and how we heal. Ayurveda teaches to know your nature is to know how to care for yourself. So let's begin gently. Before I ever heard of the word dosha, I knew something was inside me was shifting, but I didn't have the language for it. Some days I felt really scattered and anxious. Other days I felt fiery and pushed by pressure. And then there were days I felt heavy, stuck, hard to move. I thought I was inconsistent, but Ayurveda taught me I was simply alive. The elements were speaking through me. I wasn't broken. I was communicating. So let's take a look at the doshas. We talked about these in the last episode, Vata, Pitta, and Kapha. The doshas are the energies that govern our bodies and minds. Each come with 5 elements of nature. When we look at Vata, the elements that come along with Vata are air and ether. Qualities are light, cold, dry, moving. So you want to think of creativity, sometimes anxiety, inspiration, scatteredness. So when we think of people that we know in our lives, if you think of that one friend that seems to be all over the place, going off on different tangents when they talk, and then finally circling back to what they're originally doing. That's a Vata quality, that's a Vata dosha. When we talk about Pitta, the elements for Pitta are fire and water. Qualities are sharp, hot, intense, focused. Kind of feels like somebody that's driven, sometimes fiery and angry, somebody with a lot of clarity, and sometimes inflammation in the body. So when we think of someone in our life who is of Pitta dosha, it would be somebody that's really driven, somebody that is on the go 24/7, never stops, somebody that's hot-headed, doesn't pause to listen, and instantly explodes and fires off all of their emotions and angers. And then when we come to Kapha, we think about Kapha as the elements of earth and water. So we all have somebody like that in our life, somebody that's slow, steady, heavy, nourishing, someone that's really calm, somebody that's really grounded, sometimes a little too attached to a few things maybe, has a hard time of letting go, maybe somebody that's a little bit jealous in your life, but somebody that's really stable, stagnant. That's somebody who has a Kapha dosha. So each of us has our own unique blend, which is called our Prakriti, our original true nature. So at the moment of conception, we have our own unique blend of doshas. Everybody has all 3 doshas within them, but one is more dominant than the other. So you might be 80% Kapha, 10% Pitta, 10% Vata. So when we honor this original unique blend within our body, we thrive. But when we ignore it, we begin to slip into imbalance, and then it becomes our Vakriti. And we become imbalanced due to many different things. Things that we're exposed to, the foods that we eat, the environment that we live in. Many, many different things can throw our bodies out of balance. So our body isn't malfunctioning, it's messaging. It's telling us and sending us symptoms that become signals so that we can understand what's going on inside our body. And these signals become guides towards healing. So how imbalance speaks to us. The doshas whisper, subtle symptoms, and then eventually they shout. So when we can be really in tune with our body and really focus on how we're feeling, really noticing subtle parts, noticing our indigestion, noticing gas, noticing our dry skin, noticing our cracked lips. Little things like that are the little symptoms that we should be paying attention to. So when our vata is increasing, sometimes you might find that we have racing thoughts, insomnia, dry skin, anxiety. When pitta is increasing in our body, we might find that we're really irritable, maybe a little acid reflux, some inflammation, or maybe we become really obsessive and we want everything to be absolutely perfect. And when kapha increases, we'll notice more of like a heaviness, sluggish digestion, resistance to change, a low mood. So just a reminder, none of this is judging. It's just information. And once we understand which energy is speaking to us, we can respond wisely and we can correct those imbalances, bringing us back to our true nature and back to our true selves, being the healthiest and the best that we can possibly be. So remembering that Ayurveda is not all about fixing, it's truly about listening to our body. And when we think about nature and how nature is kind of a mirror of us, so when we think about vata, we watch the wind blowing. Pitta would be the sun, and kapha would be the soil. So when we think about vata, the wind, that's movement, the wind blowing. And sometimes that wind blowing can dry our skin out, can make us dry. Pitta, the sun, that energy, that heat, that fieriness. And then kapha, the soil. I mean, we all feel so grounded when we kick our shoes off and we walk through the park on the grass, on the soil. And when we think about these doshas, they exist in balance together. No single force is dominating. And when they do, nature always finds a way of restoring balance. And that's the same with us. We are not designed to live in one state forever. We are meant to cycle, to rise, to rest, and to renew. To be soft, to be strong, and to be still. So I invite you this week, observe yourself tenderly. Notice your pace. Notice your hunger, your mood, and truly notice your breath. Are you, throughout the day, are you taking those short little breaths just into your chest? Notice if you're just doing, I call them bunny breaths, when you're just breathing into the top part of the chest. Really focus on your breath and draw that breath all the way in, placing your hand maybe on your belly so you can feel your belly rise as you draw the breath all the way in, filling up your lungs completely. I want you to also pay attention to which energy feels loud for you today, and what might it be asking for? What does your body need right now? Not to push forward, but to feel supported. So maybe you need a moment to pause and take time for yourself, and that's okay. Self-care is not selfish. It's taking care of yourself so that you can fill your cup up, so that then you can overflow and be there for those people in your life. Healing begins when we stop criticizing our nature and we truly begin understanding it. Your patterns are not flaws. They are maps that are leading you home. Thank you for being here today. Thank you for exploring this ancient wisdom with me. May this be a path of compassion and not perfection. May you meet yourself with curiosity and care. May you feel seen and supported as you return to your true rhythm. Until next time, root and restore. So hum. I am that. I am nature. I am rhythm. I am whole. Namaste.